In those first couple brand deals that you're negotiating, what are you learning there? How are you, pitching them? This is obviously really early on. Brand deals on YouTube, people, don't know how they work, what price they should be paying, that kind of thing. What landmines are you stepping on early on when it comes to the brand deals, and how are you pitching it to the actual brands because it's so new?
Yeah, well, at the time, I had never even read a contract or knew what a contract was. And I was in school for broadcasting, so I was learning about how to make a TV show, not about how to negotiate a deal. So when I first started working with the first client, they had done a few deals, so they showed me those contracts. I studied those contracts, saw what they did, researched them. I then, when I did my first deal, I would go back and forth, and basically every time you're just asking for more money. So I was like, whatever you did last time, let's try to get double that and then work our way and meet in the middle. Then the next time you just keep trying to climb the ladder. And then once I got confident in how to negotiate the rates and I was getting those rates, you then are able to know, okay, if they said yes to this, they said no to this, I could probably be able to get somewhere in the middle. And then that's kind of how the fee, it's pretty straightforward on how a fee would work out. But all the other terms like usage and ownership and the, indemnity and all these things that come into a deal, you just learn by doing every time and trying to get improved terms on every deal you do. So in the very beginning, I'm sure I made a ton of shitty deals, but everyone probably did back then. And a lot of clients, I'm sure, would have taken the deals at even worse terms than I got them. So it was a learning experience, but you kind of learn by asking, and then you either get it or you don't get it. And then you just keep trying to take pieces and pieces and get to the best terms you can. But it was kind of like I got an MBA and a law degree in a lot of ways just for 10 years of just doing the work. Because you learn by doing and learn by failing, and I failed a lot. But then once you've learned those lessons, you don't repeat the mistakes. So it works out.
And outreach wise, are you just finding emails on the internet and just shooting cold? What were those? It sounds kind of nitty gritty, but what was your messaging? Hey, I'm Scott. This is who our creator is. Here's what we can do. Let's chat. Or did you kind of have that formula?
Yeah, so it was definitely just me at 3 in the morning on YouTube making lists of people, looking in their description box if they had an email, if they, and this was even pre that because no one else was doing it. So I was like just seeing if people were viable. And then once you have the few clients and you have the wins with those clients, you totally do reference them when you reach out and you say, hey, I work with these people. We've been able to do this together. Would love to chat. And the goal for us from the very beginning, especially because it was just me, I wasn't able to have hundreds of clients. I never wanted to have hundreds of clients myself. 30 was a crazy number for me to have. So I was able to kind of say, hey, I have this small group of talent. I'm opening it up to a few more people if you would be interested. And then people feel like they're part of a community and a team and a family. And that worked really well when it was just me because it was that. And like if I was signing a new client, sometimes I would even ask my other clients, what do you think of them? Should we bring them into our thing? Should we sign them? And then it's like people feel like you're kind of in it together. So in the beginning, when it was just me, I was able to be really picky and cast a wide net, have a lot of conversations. But even if I had 10 conversations, maybe I only signed two of those people. So it was obviously a different time than it is now when there's competition and there's larger companies and things like that. But it was it was less of trying to, the whole dynamic just goes back to, you don't want to try to sell yourself because that's coming from like a place of desperation. You want to sell what you guys could do together and like how you can take them from somewhere to somewhere else. And that's where people get inspired and like want to work with you versus if you're a rep and you're just begging to work with someone, that's they can smell that energy. And if I was a creator, like I wouldn't want a rep who was desperate to work with me. I would want someone that has other things going on and is totally fine and could help me. Like I would want a rep that's 10 steps above where I am versus someone that is like dying to talk to me.